Over the past several years, we've heard time and time again from Bob Iger, we want to get out of the culture war nonsense. We really don't want to be pushing this messaging. Yet, time and time again, we continue to see that push in different parts of Disney, whether it's within Disney movies, whether it's on streaming series, whether it's at ABC, whether it's at ESPN, all these different things that Disney has their hands in or that Disney owns. Well, when Trump took office, DEI became a big focus, not just in the federal government, but also in the private sector of these DEI programs that might truly be illegal because guess what? You shouldn't really be allowed to not hire or hire someone based on the color of their skin or who they want to fuck. Yet Disney admitted and bragged about doing just that over and over again. Well, they got a little bit of a sternly worded letter a few months ago from the incoming FCC commissioner, and now it's getting a little bit more serious for Disney. Trump FCC to investigate DEI discrimination at Disney, ABC News. FCC opens investigation into Disney and ABC over invidious forms of DEI discrimination. The Federal Communications Commission opened an investigation into Disney and ABC this week over its diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, which FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr described as invidious forms of DEI discrimination. And he did tweet this out. I believe this was 2 days ago on Friday, at least when I'm recording this. It was 2 days ago. March 28th, Friday, March 28th. He put this out, put a whole statement out, and put the letter of, his order officially to open this investigation. Last month, Disney tweaked some of its DEI initiatives in an effort to focus more on business outcomes and company values again. The cultural shift came weeks after Donald Trump pledged to eliminate DEI from public and private sectors, returning to merit-based policies. Carr noted while he's seen reports indicating Disney retreated from DEI, significant concerns remain. And yeah, a lot of these companies came out and said that. Hey, we're not going to include this in our DEI list. We're rolling back this. We're rolling back this program. However, the policies are still in place. They might not be publicly bragging about it. They might have taken down and redirected certain websites like Reimagine Tomorrow that they got in so much trouble with a few years ago. But the policies remain the policies at a lot of these companies. A lot of them are not doing it genuinely. A lot of them are saying this to avoid backlash without actually changing anything about the way that they do business. The purpose of the probe is twofold: to ensure that Disney's discriminatory programs ended in substance, not just name, the commissioner said, and to determine whether Disney's actions complied with FCC regulations. As you know, Disney started out a century ago as an iconic American company. For decades, Disney focused on churning out box office and programming successes, but then something changed. Disney's now been embroiled in rounds of controversy surrounding its DEI policies. Numerous reports indicate Disney's leadership went all in on invidious forms of DEI discrimination a few years ago, and apparently did so in a manner that infected many aspects of your company's decisions, he continued. And of course, we talked about Reimagine Tomorrow, how they tried to hide that, how it goes to a new inclusion page, but a lot of these quotas for racial quotas, for gender quotas, for sexuality, a lot of these things that they want to push still exist at the company. These policies are still there. And look, I am all about them making sure that Disney fucking complies with this stuff. And I think the idea of having quotas for a person that looks this way or fucks this way or whatever, I do think that's the worst thing in the world, right? You need to hire people that are qualified for the job. It doesn't matter. Now, if that ends up being 10 black people, then it ends up being 10 black people. It ends up being 8 white dudes and 1 Asian chick and 1 Hispanic guy. If they're the best for the job and they're going to do the best job for you performance-wise, those are the people you should hire, right? It should be all about merit when it comes to businesses. You shouldn't have quotas that give somebody who's not qualified something just because they have the right skin color or fuck the right people. It's bullshit. And in fact, it's illegal. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens if this investigation moves forward and what they discover and how much shit, not just Disney, but a lot of these other companies could be in.